Welcome to our college briefing show. Today, we have an exciting lineup of news to dive into. First up, Chicago is bracing for a wave of activism as thousands of protesters are set to gather during the Democratic National Convention to demand a ceasefire in Gaza and address other social issues. Next, the Idaho Vandals offense has shown promising progress in their recent scrimmage, overcoming previous struggles and giving fans hope for the upcoming season. Lastly, in Geraldton, Australia, a new gaming center called The Zone is providing a much-needed safe space for neurodivergent individuals to connect and develop social skills through cooperative gaming. Please stay tuned for the detailed coverage of these stories and more. The Toronto Star. Chicago, AP. As the Democratic National Convention descends upon Chicago, the city is bracing for a wave of activism. Thousands of demonstrators are expected to rally for causes ranging from abortion rights to economic justice, and most prominently, a ceasefire in Gaza. The protests are set to begin with an abortion rights march along Michigan Avenue, led by organizer Linda Lowe, who emphasizes the interconnectedness of reproductive rights and the impact of U.S. military funding on global conflicts. Despite initial legal hurdles, activists have secured a route closer to the United Center, where the convention is held. The coalition to march on the DNC predicts a turnout of 20,000 activists, including students who have been vocal against the Israel-Hamas conflict. As Chicago prepares for an influx of 50,000 people, including delegates and journalists, the city has ramped up security measures and logistical preparations, aiming to balance safety with the protesters' constitutional rights. Yahoo US. Moscow, Idaho. The Idaho Vandals' young offense is beginning to show promise after struggling against their experienced defense throughout spring practice and preseason camp. The absence of top receiver Jordan Dwyer due to injury has given players like redshirt freshman Mark Hamper a chance to shine. In a recent scrimmage, Hamper caught a 9-yard touchdown pass and impressed with his ability to make plays against tough defensive coverage. True freshman Tony Harst also stood out, catching 2 touchdowns. Despite the challenges, including a serious injury to freshman quarterback Holden B., the Vandals' offense is showing signs of improvement. Coach Jason Eck praised the resilience and progress of his players, particularly noting Harst's impressive camp performance. The team is hopeful that Dwyer will soon return to bolster their lineup, but in the meantime, players like Hamper are stepping up to fill the void and embrace the underdog role. Australian Broadcasting Corporation. Alicia Kimberley's 9-year-old son Corbin, who has autism, has found a new sense of belonging at The Zone, a gaming center in Geraldton designed for people with disabilities. The Zone provides a safe space where neurodivergent children can connect through video games, fostering new friendships and developing important social skills. Since its opening in April, The Zone has become a haven for children like Corbin, who previously struggled to engage in traditional team sports. The center offers various gaming options, including VR headsets and cooperative games that encourage teamwork. Founder Tammy Treasure, who created The Zone after facing similar challenges with her own children, has witnessed the positive impact on the kids who attend. Experts like Dr. Matt Harrison highlight the benefits of cooperative gaming in building confidence and leadership skills among neurodiverse individuals. For parents like Kimberly, The Zone also provides a supportive community, reducing the isolation often felt by caregivers of neurodivergent children. Associated Press. In a heartfelt ceremony at Coors Field, Todd Helton, the legendary first baseman for the Colorado Rockies, was honored for his recent induction into the Baseball Hall of Fame. Helton, who spent his entire 17-year career with the Rockies, threw out the ceremonial first pitch to his former teammate, Charlie Blackmon, amidst thunderous applause from fans. The ceremony featured speeches from notable figures like former teammate Ryan Spilborghs and ex-Denver Broncos quarterback Peyton Manning, who reminisced about their days together at the University of Tennessee. Helton expressed his deep gratitude to the Rockies fans, dedicating his iconic number 17 to them. The event also included the display of Helton's Hall of Fame plaque, which will soon return to Cooperstown, New York. Australian Broadcasting Corporation. Kasia Kalikow, a Polish-Australian artist born with one hand and now using a bionic arm, is among the 22 emerging artists showcased at Perth's Hatched Art Show. Her work, which explores themes of home and belonging, includes a soft furnishing recreation of a vintage 1950s dresser. Hatched, hosted by the Perth Institute of Contemporary Art, PICA, since 1992, is Australia's premier national graduate survey show, offering a platform for new artists to transition from art school to professional careers. Kalikow, selected for one of PICA's artist residencies, expressed her excitement and disbelief at being chosen. The exhibition provides participants with professional development opportunities, including networking with curators and learning about grants and media releases. This year, Hatched also awarded $15,000 to 3 artists, continuing its legacy of supporting over 1,400 artists since its inception. South China Morning Post: China's remarkable performance at the Paris Olympics, tying with the U.S. for the most gold medals, underscores the nation's athletic prowess, particularly in swimming, table tennis, and diving. Pan Zhanle's record-breaking 100-meter freestyle win, despite rigorous doping tests, highlights China's growing strength in swimming, a sport traditionally dominated by Western countries. The success is attributed to China's economic growth, a large population base, and geographic advantages, particularly in coastal regions like Jiangsu and Zhejiang. These areas have better nutrition, physical fitness, and sports infrastructure. The government's substantial investment in sports facilities and athlete development has also played a crucial role. Hong Kong's impressive achievements, including gold medals in fencing, are supported by significant funding and new sports facilities, fostering a growing enthusiasm for sports among the youth. This comprehensive support system bodes well for the future of sports in China and Hong Kong. The Sydney Morning Herald: Boris Shedvin, a revered academic leader, dedicated his life to excellence in education, research, and university leadership. Born in 1938 in Sydney, he managed his family's delicatessen accounts at 14 after his father's death. With scholarships, he attended Cranbrook School, excelling academically and in sports. His PhD studies at the University of Sydney led him to meet his future wife, Bernie. Shedvin's research on the economic impact of the Great Depression and his influential book, Australia and the Great Depression, solidified his reputation. He held several prestigious academic positions and significantly contributed to the University of Melbourne's development, including major reforms and international engagement programs. Shedvin retired in 2000, but his legacy in academia persisted. His colleagues remember him as respectful, thoughtful, and energetic, with a sharp, engaging mind. Boris passed away in 2024, leaving behind a lasting impact on Australian higher education. Yahoo US: If Bobby Bowden were still here, perhaps he could impart some charm and class into Deion Sanders, who is struggling in his role as a college football coach. While Sanders excelled as an athlete, his conduct as a coach has been questionable. His recent preseason press conference was a disaster, marked by insults and condescension toward reporters. Sanders' inability to handle criticism and his lack of charm contrast sharply with Bowden's legacy. Bowden, known for his gracious demeanor, won over the media and fans alike, which played a part in his success at FSU. Sanders, on the other hand, is becoming increasingly reviled for his abrasive behavior. His handling of media scrutiny and his interactions with players and fans suggest he is not ready for the prime time of college football coaching. Bowden's philosophy of treating everyone with kindness and respect is a lesson Sanders desperately needs to learn. Australian Broadcasting Corporation: Mike Asha Duncan, a Year 8 student at Kempsey High School, struggles with hearing in loud classrooms. Like many Indigenous students, she faces hearing loss, a common issue among First Nations Australians. Learning Auslan, Australian Sign Language, has opened new communication avenues for her. Auslan and Indigenous Sign Languages, ISL, are being introduced into the New South Wales school curriculum to support deaf and hard of hearing students. Rodney Adams, a deaf and Indigenous hearing support teacher, emphasizes the importance of recognizing ISL in the syllabus, which he believes will bring transformational change. Teaching Auslan and ISL not only creates an inclusive environment but also supports the social and emotional well-being of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people. Carrie Kronitis, assistant principal, uses songs to engage students in learning Auslan and ISL, fostering an inclusive classroom. Events like Deaf Day Out further promote community and inclusivity, as students learn to sign songs and connect with deaf role models. Telegraph. The rise of Starmerism, characterized by generous public sector pay settlements, unrest, and tax hikes, is poised to exacerbate the legacy of conservative rule. Critics argue that Labour's policies, such as rent controls and reduced housing targets in London, are counterproductive and ideologically driven. The letters from readers reflect a deep concern over the direction of the country, highlighting issues like the Shamima Begum case, the need for critical thinking in education, and the impact of wind turbines on landscapes. The discourse underscores a broader anxiety about the political and social trajectory of the UK, with calls for more pragmatic and less ideologically driven governance. BBC. In the Bolivian jungle, the Tsimanes people, like 84-year-old Martina Canchinate, exhibit remarkable health and vitality. This semi-nomadic indigenous community, studied by scientists for 2 decades, shows the healthiest arteries and slower brain aging compared to Western populations. Their active lifestyle and diet, low in fat and high in fiber, contribute to their longevity. However, the Tsimanes face challenges such as infections and changing lifestyles due to external influences. Despite these, the community's resilience and unique health profile offer valuable insights into the benefits of a traditional subsistence lifestyle. BBC. Repton, a tranquil village in Derbyshire, hides a dark history of Viking horror from 873 AD. Archaeological excavations have uncovered mass graves and evidence of violent occupation by the Great Heathen Army, led by Ivar the Boneless. The site, including a unique crypt and graves of high-status Vikings, reveals a brutal chapter in British history. Recent digs suggest the army's presence extended beyond Repton, highlighting the village's pivotal role in the Viking conquest of Mercia. The discoveries at Repton and nearby sites like Heath would offer a glimpse into the profound impact of the Vikings on the formation of England. Australian Broadcasting Corporation, Blake Fuller, a 14-year-old boy from Myrtleford P12 College in Victoria's Alpine region, enjoys hunting, fishing, and joking around in class. He and his classmates have participated in workshops aimed at improving emotional intelligence and support networks, which have brought them closer and fostered kindness. These workshops, designed by organizations like Flourish Journey and Man Cave, focus on building self-esteem, respect, and community networks. The initiative comes in response to alarming rates of bullying and sexual abuse in the region, as well as concerns about the influence of negative social media figures like Andrew Tate. Facilitators like Josh Glover emphasize the importance of healthy role models to counteract toxic masculinities. The program has shown promising results, with students like Maddie Ramia and Sam Milligan reporting increased confidence and empathy. Teachers and local sports organizations also play crucial roles in nurturing a positive culture, aiming to prevent mental health issues before they arise. Yahoo US, the Iowa Hawkeyes, ranked number 25 in the preseason USLBM coaches poll and the Associated Press Top 25, are considered a bubble team for the College Football Playoff, CFP, by 247 Sports. Despite reservations about their offense, Iowa's favorable schedule positions them for potential success. They face only one nationally ranked opponent, Ohio State, and have many challenging games at home. Historically, Iowa has capitalized on favorable schedules to reach the Big Ten championship game, and a strong season could secure them a CFP spot. The Hawkeyes have the second easiest schedule among Big Ten teams, according to ESPN's Football Power Index. If they manage an 11-2 season with losses only to Ohio State, they could make their first CFP appearance since the format began in 2014. Iowa joins other bubble teams like Memphis, Missouri, Kansas State, and Clemson in the race for a CFP berth. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.
News breaks, buzz the ground, stories, spitballs come down. Voices merge in the sound, faces mix in the crowd. Broadcasters paint the scene, world events on our screen. Every link a different theme, words collide in the stream. 6 degrees connect the dots, background stories more than nuts. Hear the voices rise aloft, truth unveils in every spot. Cultures clash across the globe, spin the threads in a stroke. Every story wears a robe, truth and lies in their code. Journalistic real deep, secrets out they don't see. detectives day by day. Hidden truths come to play. In the background, shades of gray. Every story finds its way. Hidden truths come to play. In the background, shades of gray. Every story finds its way.
Cultures. I go. What when Billy or do not. What enough to be you. Everything and ever. What enough enough to what enough enough to what enough 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 enough